Suzanne V. Farungo, and I'm in HR practice. I'm here to talk to you today about how to excel in your job. Module 2, Practical Competencies of a Professional. Leading self. Before one can effectively lead others, one must first know thyself, what your values and motivations are, what is important to you. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Do you know what yours are? Self-assessment is a good exercise to help you determine these key points. But you do not stop at evaluating yourself. You must create action plans to develop yourself. Most people start with trying to improve on weak areas. Where these are critical skills, yes, work on them. But equally important is to hone further your strengths. Studies show that the bigger impact achieved is when focus and strategy are around the strengths. Number 2, let's delve into the competencies of effective professionals. Competency are skills or abilities. Most companies identify a set of competencies that their employees must essentially have. These are aptly called core competencies. These are the skill sets and relevant experiences that enable business activity. In this module, we will discuss some of the more common identified core competencies. This list is not exhaustive and is merely a highlight of the more relevant competency list in our business environment. First, business acumen, defined as using economic, financial, market, and industry data to understand and improve business results. Using one's understanding of major business functions, industry trends, and own organization's position to contribute to effective business strategies and tactics. Number 2, results focused. Setting high goals for personal and group accomplishment, using measurement methods to monitor progress towards goals, tenaciously working to meet or exceed goals while driving satisfaction from that achievement and continuous improvement. That's business results focus. Number 3, customer centricity. This means ensuring that the customer perspective is a driving force behind business decisions and activities. This also means crafting and implementing service practices that meet customers' and own organizations' needs. Number 4, adaptability. In this time and age, this is a very relevant competency. This means maintaining effectiveness when experiencing major changes in work responsibilities or environment, adjusting effectively to work within new work structures, processes, requirements, or culture. Next, collaboration. This is defined as working effectively and cooperatively with others, establishing and maintaining good working relationships. Next, communication. This is defined as clearly conveying information and ideas through a variety of media to individuals or groups in a manner that engages the audience and helps them understand and retain the message. Number 7, learning agility. This means actively identifying new areas for learning. It also means regularly creating and taking advantage of learning opportunities, using newly gained knowledge and skill on the job, and learning through their application. 8, team focused. This means actively participating as a member of a team to move the team toward the completion of goals. Then there is a very important competency called managing conflict. This means dealing effectively with others, even in a conflict situation, using appropriate interpersonal styles and methods to reduce tension or conflict between two or more people. Number 10, innovation. It means generating solutions in work situations that are new and novel. trying different and novel ways to deal with work problems and opportunities. Through self assessment as well as feedback from others, you will know your skills and abilities that are your core competencies. Focus on your strengths. Find others who complement you. Do not assume that people are like you. See what motivates them. Not everyone is the same. People are often adverse to change. Learn how to work around people and with them. Listen first and speak second. Know what motivates people by listening carefully. This will help you become more effective. Now let's talk about one key skill to have: presentation skills. One rule you must remember: KISS or KISS, which is an acronym for keep it short and simple. As most of presentations come with visuals, using PowerPoint most of the time, here are some tips. Keep the writing and the information on the slides easy to read and not cluttered. Ideally, limit the slides to have around 3 bullet points with about 5 words each. Keep the language simple, where even a person who doesn't have a business background can understand. Let the bullets guide you to your talking points. Don't read off the slides. The audience can do that. Instead, you should use the bullet points as a guide to explain what each point means to them. And dress professionally for presentations. Practice your presentation in front of a mirror 10, even 20 times if that's what it takes for you to be comfortable or at ease. Get familiar with the content and know it inside out. How to ace your presentation. How many of us still feel nervous before conducting a presentation in front of a crowd? I'm sure most of us do get a little fidgety just by the idea of being a public speaker. Regardless of which field you choose, at some point in time, you would be asked to deliver one or more presentations sooner or later. These could range from explaining a project that you just successfully pulled off, or simply a business plan that your boss wants you to present to a client. To leave a lasting impression on the audience, here are a few tips to keep in mind. Firstly, know your audience. Just to give you an idea of how important that is, consider that you just got a breakthrough in genetic synthesis and are asked to deliver a presentation on it. Obviously, your approach to the subject would be more sophisticated and technical if you were to present it before a team of scientists. If you are to present it to a panel of entrepreneurs, though, you might want to keep the jargon simple, as they mainly want to look at the financial aspect of your breakthrough. Second, structure your ideas coherently. This gives the audience time to grasp your thoughts. Make sure to arrange your slides so that the presentation flows smoothly and the slides have good transitions between them. Unlike in lectures and introductions, repetition goes a long way in presentations. Since you want your audience to absorb as much information as possible, you'd find it useful to emphasize key points of your presentation. A great way to do this is to give a clear outline in the beginning of what you're going to be talking about, and then reiterate those points towards the end as a summary. Third, always keep in mind that pictures are worth 1,000 words. If you have a lot of statistical data, make use of illustrations like graphs, pie charts, histograms, or other figures. This makes it easier for the audience to interpret information than plain reading text. Fourth, don't do all the talking, but interact and make your audience a part of your presentation. For example, when you start a new discussion, try putting up a picture or an animation and ask of people, what do you think of it? Do not make the mistake of showing your back repeatedly to the audience, as it is considered rude and gives an impression that you don't value them. Also, avoid reading off the slides as that will bore the audience. Instead, use whatever knowledge you have of the subject to engage the audience. Last but surely not the least, be confident. Have a clear understanding of the subject matter. Use your body language to show enthusiasm towards your audience and keep them engaged by using variations in your voice. Never fabricate anything just for the sake of getting away with statement, because the last thing you want is to lose your credibility. By the end of this module, you would have learned about competencies, how to interact more effectively